am Dr. Ekta Bhushan, Assistant Professor, Indira Gandhi Institute of Physical Education and Sports Sciences, University of Delhi. Today we are going to study about the effect of exercise on respiratory system. Exercise improves the capacity of the lungs to draw into more oxygen from the air and provides a host of other benefits as well. Today's lecture enlists the effect of exercise on our respiratory system. During rigorous physical activity such as exercise, the body is subjected to a lot of stress. However, this stress is beneficial and can actually help the body remains healthy. Exercise pumps the heart and lungs into the prompt action, which is necessary as these vital organs need to work harder to cope with the increased demand of oxygen. In the body, it provides many benefits that helps improve the pulmonary functions as well. While some of these benefits are felt immediately, some take a while to appear. That's why we have divided these effect of exercise into two parts. One is short term and another one is long term. In short term, the effects are immediate, which you can feel during the exercise. The long term effects you can feel only after a long period of time. So, the short term or immediate effects of exercise during exercise when your activity level changes, your body has to respond by making changes to your respiratory system. The changes in activity will also affect your muscles and the circulatory system. So, these are the short term effects where we can see all the effects. One, we can start with increased breathing rate, oxygen depth, increased demand of oxygen, increased rate of oxygen carbon dioxide removal, gaseous exchange, increased depth of breathing. So, these are the short term effects which we are going to cover in this segment. So, let us start with increase the respiratory rate. Exercise is nothing but an elevated physical activity due to which the muscle in the body more oxygen, which produce more oxygen and produce excess carbon dioxide. The lungs need to work harder to cater to this oxygen demand as well as to eliminate the excess carbon dioxide. Hence, the breathing rate of a person increases from about 15 breaths per minute when at rest to about 40 to 60 breaths per minute during workout. Then next one is increase the tidal volume. First, we have to understand what is tidal volume. So, the tidal volume refers to the amount of air inhaled and exhaled in one breath only. With exercise generating excess carbon dioxide and with the requirement of more oxygen, the breathing rate elevates immediately after exercise. This elevated breathing rate increases the tidal volume as well. Then increases the rate of gas exchange. The rate of gas exchange means when our blood vessels carries the carbon dioxide and goes into the alveoli and changes the gases, carbon dioxide diffuse into the alveoli and into the blood. It diffuses the oxygen. So, there is the continuous exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide that takes place in the lungs while exercising. The breathing rate increases and the rate of gas exchange between the alveoli and capillaries is also maximized to the supply oxygen and remove excess carbon dioxide. The next one is changes in circulatory system. So the change in your activity will have an immediate effect on your heart rate. In fact, the release of adrenaline can change your heart rate even before you begin your activity. This in turn increases your cardiac output as well. As venous return, after a short time, there will be an increase in lactic acid production and carbon dioxide. Your body temperature will also go up, and the cardiac control center will react to all these changes by increasing your heart rate. Your blood pressure also increases to ensure the flow of oxygen and nutrients to the working muscle. The next one is changes in respiratory system. The short-term effect of exercise on respiratory system is usually quite extensive, and that is mainly due to the changes in the concentration of oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the body. It is due to these changes that you will notice your breathing rate go up quickly. This also makes your intercostal muscles, diaphragm and other muscles involved in the expansion of thoracic cavity to work harder. This in return will make it possible for you to inhale more air to deal with the increased demand of oxygen. What it implies is that there will be an increase in the tidal volume, which refers to the amount of air you inhale and exhale in a single breath. This explains why your breathing rate goes up almost immediately after starting any exercise. The next one is change in muscle. During exercise, you will also contract your muscles quickly. This increases in the rate of muscle contraction can lead to a fall in your energy stores. This in turn triggers energy metabolism, and you start to burn more calories. This is also connected to your respiratory system because the increased activity will trigger the release of myoglobin, which provides you with more oxygen to support respiration. There will also be an increase in the rate at which the oxygen moves into the muscle. Now start with the long-term effects of exercise on respiratory system. So, in this diagram we can see the long-term effects of exercise on respiratory system. We'll start with the stronger diaphragm, capillarization, stronger intercostal muscles, increased lung capacity, increased lung volume, increased vital capacity. So, these all are the long-term effects of respiratory exercise on respiratory system. Let's start with the strengthening of the respiratory muscles. So, the respiratory muscles, diaphragm and the intercostal muscles need to work harder for the inhalation and exhalation of gases to occur rapidly. Thus, they are strengthened and the chest cavity becomes larger. The next one is increase respiratory volume. So, the respiratory volume is the amount of air inhaled, exhaled and stored in the lungs at any given time. It is also known as lung capacity. Physical activity augment the respiratory volume and increase the volume of oxygen diffused in the cells. This increases the maximum amount of oxygen the body can use during the specific period, which is known as the aerobic capacity of the lungs. Then the next one is efficient gaseous exchange. So gas exchange we have learned, which is occur in the lungs and in the alveoli. So regular exercise increases the number of capillaries surrounding the alveoli. It also makes the capillaries dilate more, so that the gaseous exchange between the two takes place more effectively. Here we can see the increase in minute volume. So the minute respiratory volume is the total volume of new air that enters respiratory passage per minute. This is the formula, the minute volume and the respiratory rate and vital volume. So another long-term effect of exercise is increase in minute ventilation. Minute ventilation refers to the amount of air that a person breathes in per minute. Due to the fact the body now has more capillaries and alveoli, there is more chance for the lung to intake more air. The next one is increased vital capacity. The vital capacity is the greatest volume of air that can be expelled from the lungs after takes the deepest possible breath. This increases as a long-term effect of exercise and therefore provides an increased and more efficient supply of oxygen to the working muscle. The next one is the second wind. I have just put this picture because second wind is when you start doing exercise, you feel very breathless, and after some time you feel easy. So there is a very common quote in physical education that says the most people never run far enough for their first wind to find out they have the second. So after the second, I just told you that when we exercise, we feel uneasy for a while, but after that we feel easy. But sometimes when some people feel uneasy first time, they stop doing exercise, but they should wait for the second wind. So a beginner might feel the second wind during the exercise, but an athlete hardly feels it during the course of action. The next one is improves lung efficiency. Long-term benefits of exercising also helps improve the efficiency of the lungs by facilitating transport of oxygen to all the cells of the body. Training also increases blood flow to a large extent, which enhances the area of the lungs involved in the exchange of gases. Elevated levels of oxygen in the body improve your ability to focus, concentrate, and keep you alert. Exercise enhances your immune power, thus reducing the chance of contracting infection. It also is beneficial for the overall working and metabolism in the body. Now we have some tips to strengthen your respiratory health. Let's start with, first of all, you have to quit. You have to quit what? You have to quit smoking, and you have to quit the smoking and the exposure to the surrounding smoker and tobacco, one of the leading cause of respiratory illness and acting then pneumonia and all the even it can extend to the lung cancer. Then travel. If you are living in a city, Travel to some countryside occasionally to breathe fresh air, both indoor or outdoor. Pollution can negatively affect the capacity of the lung. Then sleep well and stay active. Then eat balanced meals and maintain a healthy weight. Maintain the personal hygiene. Make sure you frequently wash your hands and with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. Then comes wearing mask. Stay away from those symptoms of flu or cold. In case you are unwell, wear mask and sensors to the tissue to avoid spread of infection. Then therapy. Try some effective ways to improve lung health by removing excess mucus from the lungs and thereby enhancing breathing. Some of these methods include steam therapy, postural drainage techniques, and controlled coughing, chest percussions, etc. Then inflammatory food. Consume more anti-inflammatory food like berries, turmeric, green leafy vegetables, walnuts, lentils, beans, etc. Drink hot water. Drink hot water more frequently. Spending green tea will be a great idea to keep our lungs inflammation at bay. Being storehouse of antioxidants, green tea can sufficiently improve your lung capacity. And try some simple exercises. If you cannot do very rigorous activity or rigorous exercises, try to do some simple exercises like walking or yoga or aerobics or some pranayams. So I hope you understand all the short-term and long-term effects of exercise on respiratory system. That's all for today. See you next time. Thank you.